Tonight you are going to hear some things that could frighten you. You may shake your head. You may not believe it. I only ask that you listen to tonight's program with an open mind.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with the beasts of the earth. Book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 8. Give the politicians the power to create and manage a war machine to destroy those citizens of their own country who do not conform for the sake of stability of the nation womb. So now you know. You can see every step that the elite have taken in their war to control this once great nation. You can see the steps that will be taken in the future. Your denial of the conspiracy will fall on deaf ears. This tape is part of the education that will give Americans the weapons needed in the coming months and years of hardship as the New World Order struggles to be born. Truths cannot be negated or shrugged away. The message is this. You must accept that you have been cattle, and the ultimate consequence of being cattle, which is slavery. Or you must prepare to fight, and if necessary, die to preserve your God-given right to freedom.
I have decided to escape. Today I will begin walking the road to hell. But you will choose your own path. So, soon you may be seeing heaven.
Yeah, Guerrilla Alliance right here. Macabean the motherfucking rebel on the mic with my man Vega X. School of Assassins. Session's over, bitch. Macabean the rebel uses thunder strikes as a clapper. Don't have to be gangster to whip a gangster rap, assassinate the devil with guards on firearm. Planet X is the Death Star, wiping Imperial swarm. I puff on peace pipes for Vega and politic on design. Rap assassin, criminal minded but not involved in the crime. Sharpen my tongue during time, every track equals prime. Execs talk about rhymes, but they're sniffing up coke lines. The deer hunter school, Mike assassins on violent actions. Combine guerrilla tactics, disarming words from a fashion. I buzz with twin mics in the technique of kung fu. I battle mentally, Genghis Khan the Fu Manchu. Hip-hop belongs to us, the revolutions begin where we spat. Collapse the empire, fear, with truth coming right back. Catapult physicality into something verbally. Run for your life, you don't know me, so how can you ever murder me, motherfucker?
I graduated from the school of assassins. Sharper poison arrows I keep in the quiver. The samurai with red armor rescued me from the river. So-called MCs get slain in thousands. Mac and I ate peyote with a tribe in the cave in the mountains. In the jungle there are ruins of a spaceport, and inside lays a humanoid snake's corpse. Heaven's assassin is known for killing serpents. 300 Spartans versus 1 million Persians. The Indian tribe is dancing. A family of vampires lives inside the mansion. Vega X won't accept you frauds. An Insecticon was released from the Decepticon. You died from cannons. Many alien races live inside the planet. After the eclipse is pitch black, you spit whack. Get your bitch ass stabbed with a pickaxe.
School of assassins, statue your body fragments. School of assassins, statue your body fragments. School of assassins, statue your body fragments. Stumble through the portal with cyber gas for asking. School of assassins, statue your body fragments. School of assassins, statue your body fragments. School of assassins, statue your body fragments. Baptism of blood, I'll leave you with blood in that.
I run through tear gas, aligning targets at a mass. Smashing viciousness with chaos by instinct of madness. I'm bringing afterburner to the battle station. I'm ripping, releasing ballistics for impact and shrapnel that I'm kicking. I'm the stealth assassin with lyricality that I'm sticking. Nitpicking heads with sonic boom bangers I'm licking. The MC from the dark age, splurging out with the light. Giving cuts with razors we corroded to the antics we fight. Puncturing lungs from all the rapping homos that just suck. You're a peace shot, a music pump shells that'll buck. Honest expression that drains drug basing and sessions. And to the next stockholders, I must teach you this lesson. You can't infiltrate skills, that's divine as my will. Rappers like stalkers, they wish that they could feel on the real. Whack rip-offs, major labels make too many spin-offs of the same fictional character that always gets ripped on. What?
School of assassins, that to your body fragment. School of assassins, that to your body fragment. School of assassins, that to your body fragment. Stumble through the portal with cyber gas for asking. School of assassins, that to your body fragment. School of assassins, that to your body fragment. School of assassins, that to your body fragment. Baptismal blood, I'll leave you with blinding that.
My men slay dope flows, I'm the sensei of the dojo. Oh no, there's no hope. Guerrilla warfare, you don't know. Kill rap scripts, ETPXR ill tactics. Tribes hide inside the real masses. The gods will slay their kids. Project Mayhem shit. Bill K. Dick, Judah Maccabees, tying up your mayor quick. Guerrilla Alliance supplying the science. I'm a giant with a mind from the Mayans. Busted rhymes is violence. Y'all ain't fucking with prophets, bitch. Tugging in government documents. Spitting politics, they're fraudulent. School of assassins. Turn your cities to ruins and ashes.
They call me an assassin. What do you call it when the assassin which is the assassin? They lie and we have to be merciful. For those who lie, you may hate, and you hate them.
I don't want you to protest, I don't want you to riot, I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being, God damn it. My life has value.
VI, fifth.
Yeah. A bomb Freemasonry fronts, let the rebel be blunt. My flow is 2 times protected like a gnome with a gun. Refrain from your lies when I'm kicking the truth. Street reporter, basket robbers always bringing the scoop. Round house kick with steel tips, have your lip up with shrimp. X amount of rounds, never jammed inside my chamber away. Tag team with Heaven's assassin in my Planet X fam. So defenders of serving justice and uncovering scams. Made by constructive capitalism and your 4th branch. Baby, it's 6 feet deep. Flip it all in one smash. My mind blows telepathy, motor shell impact. Rearrange your mic stance and destroy your syntax. Fearless as Jet Li, my punches boggle your head. Cause like broken windows, I'm just letting out air. Cats drop raps about cheese when the unique is human raps. Till I fuck with razor blades like high school outcasts. Any further existence of your blind liquid swordplay, stub your tongue hollow as I machine gun that wordplay. These rappers are like baby cribs, they bars are limited. My flow makes society shoot Kane, cause I'm menacing. Fuck with your head like lice, half these cats pay the price. Rugged like your Hoover freedom fighters, quiet as mice. With my comrades on this track, shoot a 106 and park. Have them hide underground and let them know it's my heart.
3 brothers called the Masters of Death. Perhaps you've heard of them. Together, they have killed many men.
Yo, it's the author of them tactical raps. I make alarms ring to let you know your time's up, so let the song sing. Dingbat rappers get smacked backwards after the math is calculated. Doctor your ass and leave a blood path. You could catch a disease once my rhyme flees and entered your scene, leaving big potholes in your team. An ungodly sight once we take flight like night, slamming cats from a distance just like Mike, the grand hustler, hustling grands with hands landing on the MPC and ASR XPRO. Y'all know my motherfuckers D-Lo. I get shit drunk and piss dirty from my P.O. Besides that, my hi-hats will leave your right hats beside rap dead on the ground. Cause we hip-hop, so get tossed like a salad, sing a sad ballad. Every booth that we rip, we shit in it so you can smell it.
There he goes, one of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, too rare to die.
Behold the 3 wise men. The meek die when they see supreme science. The team's violent, conquer each island. Ill army, kill commies. Guerrilla Alliance never surrender. Put your fucking face in a blender. PXR got incredible ability. Bomb federal facilities that take Congress hostage. Y'all snakes all imposters. Puff spliffs, kid. Fuck petitions. When the clan is spitting, we buck ammunition. I'm the stats so I can snipe senators. Every bar's evidence, star measurements, VI, Macabean, PXR's president.
It was to be a classic affirmation of everything right and true in the national character. A gross physical salute to the fantastic possibilities of life in this country. But only for those with true grit. But only for those with true grit.
Again, most people want to be free to do things, but they are afraid to fail. The fear of failure is manifested in irresponsibility.
It's the rise of a new tide, the wave is breaking. It's the demise of the lies as the slaves awaken. It's inside the vibe of light waves creating. The might of the mind is breaking the death grip. A breath sipping the source of life rather than fight over resources for plight. Supposed a peace accord signed in the night. Rarely submission of false lords, double crosses. Crowning to the night, the drowning of rights gives way to astounding insights. Splitting the yin and yang paradigm, connect direct divine through an eloquent rhyme of the benevolent kind. Design intelligent mind, get the beast a hell of a time, a hell of a time. I'm the force of the truth, kid. It's a clockwork orange like Kubrick. The crew's sick. PXR's the new click. Call it new speak, we call it new spit. Guerrilla Alliance, smash your team. It's Mega X and Macabean, so better hide your sacks of weed. It's ET's Master Chief. Naturally, await the sound of blades. Rate of 1,000 flames. Rites of passage, fiery dragons. Rhymes are signs of rapture. You bet you'll melt, dude. I will tell you, I'm in a temple with elementals. The freshest flow is the essence, yo. We got Earth on lock like genetic code. Hip-hop is locked like DNA blocks. The CIA's cost forthright Holocaust. Time to rectify the genocide. Rhymes specialized. NWO war criminals testify. Hip-hop is locked like DNA blocks. The CIA's cost forthright Holocaust. Time to rectify the genocide. Rhymes specialized. NWO war criminals testify. Totalitarians vanish. Guerrilla warfare applies on all planets. Anarchist, homegrown insurgency. Cause we won't stand for homeland security. Plus we know FEMA's control. Evil demon clones from Skull and Bones to Bohemian Grove. Alliance activists hate the system. Macabean slays fake religions. Get with it, metaphysics. PXR sets the limits. Crusades of Christian invaders. Great pyramids, Egyptian scriptures and hidden chambers. Phil K. Dick, the kid spitting flavor. Global warming mission savior. This is major, not the kind of shit for later. Some things we can't explain that connect at light speed like the truth on the internet. Some things you just haven't gotten into yet, cause you refuse to read as you profusely bleed from abuses you need, excuses you feed. As a void consumes, gloom your doom zoom, cocoon you're out of tune. The gap widens as you stop striving, lost hardly surviving. The talking, the mock, no longer alive and fall in the abyss, crawling through shit, all in it for the coin and glory, only to realize you're doing more.
Now step from the ghetto into a camp of concentration. FEMA support and minor subtracted denomination. The new Sodom and Gomorrah is read in the Torah. Judah Maccabees leads in Planet X as the warrior. Allied with my guerrilla, Phil K. Dick slice precise. Encoded social error through microphones. Bleeding nights, my people's drowning under government martial law. So I don't care if they're human or reptilian. Sunday before, I'm too cynical. My vision spots body temper, cold blood. So I engage with lyrics more than your liquid sorted to crud. No justice for America, no peace in Palestine. Pictures of Yamis under police action, new organized crime. The new existence while my stealth words are hidden in ink. Bring the roll like clock, sewage popping out of your sink. The Lord doesn't like me, my right arm towards Big Brother. Show the middle finger to 1,000 motherfuckers. I forever screw the system, impregnate words of wisdom. Expose the devil head and slash his apple with precision. Yours truly, Macabean and the people, word up. Now there's homeland security on my wordplay getting stuck. It's a lot worse than pulling toes out up in court. Cause there's no guaranteed survival heading back to the fort. It's no get down or lay down, it's get shot or sacrifice your humanity, cause patriotism paying the price. With the last moment of your belief, decide what to do. Will law tell you to fight back or end up getting screwed? Cause like my collaborators, we damn near the last days on what it costs to pay the price for freedom nowadays. New way of oppression, especially no way out of the new worldly observer, the main brother, no doubt. No winning others under power, cause now it's one over tears. Added up the new world order known as the Empire of Fear.
We've all heard the cry, another world is possible, and undoubtedly we all agree with that idea. In a way, it's a condemnation of our present, a world wrapped in war, with a promise of more war to come soon. When we look at this growing, gathering threat, I wonder when the slogan will arise, another world is necessary, or even another world is inevitable. For it is. For better or worse, I think worse, we're all entering a new world. We're entering an era of empire and war against all who question the empire's right to strike whenever and wherever it wishes, under the Bush doctrine of preemption. We're also entering an era of neoliberalism, which is the Trojan horse through which corporate globalism will be stuffed down the unwilling throats of billions of the peoples all over the world.
PXR, architecture of a perfect weapon. Macabean the rebel, Rook Da Rukus, guerrilla warfare. Vega X, aka Heaven's assassin. Yeah, about to flip y'all one time for your mind, know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, hey, yeah. Witness verbal weapons, exemplify perfect weapons. Shoot at Maccabees with a sword, turn pen in my section. Poison leak through the bloodstream and locks to the heart. My tongue turns to a rifle loaded with ink-filtered darts. God architect me an unperfectionized weapon. The devil architected genocide, bomb and defection. Yet there ain't no faulty pieces yanked inside the brainstem. I burn heads and transform the vision of religion pagan. Fuck the police, triple K, kill crooked cops. It's easy to stuff with white supremacists in a march. 2012 when microphones are replaced with firearms. Screw gangster glorification. The fake trick of happy with heart. I embody the struggle, the terror, the tragedy, the hell. You embody what they tell you on TV and radio. Lies, ignorance, and deception is hitting hard. The art of dying is organs that make you live is ripped apart. Breathing in death, or all part of life. You either fighting to live, or you living to die. If that's the deal, then your execution can't be done. Architecture of a perfect weapon, psychological, son. Breathing in death, or all part of life. You either fighting to live, or you living to die. If that's the deal, then your execution can't be done. Architecture of a perfect weapon, psychological, son.
Every rhyme is impressive. My body's a vessel, my mind is the weapon. Yayo's a CIA drug, fuck coke. My axe is blood-soaked. After I leave Klansmen decapitated. Guerrilla Lions killing faggot racists. I don't care if you sell image dog. I'm a hypocritical ideologue, shoot Mel Gibson's pops. PXR grabs mics and range bullets. No one wants to hear how you spray full clips. That's imposter fraud, street shit. Almost as bad as Masonic cops creeping. Dick right in Da Vinci Code. Bitch rhymers with shitty flows. I'd eat beef but the meat is red. So fuck you weak, obsolete, sleepyheads. Insecure, envious, pathetic emos. PXR never accepts synthetic, cheap clones. So peep the brethren. Heaven's assassin's a lethal weapon.
Breathing in death, or all part of life. You either fighting to live, or you living to die. If that's the deal, then your execution can't be done. Architecture of a perfect weapon, psychological, son. Breathing in death, or all part of life. You either fighting to live, or you living to die. If that's the deal, then your execution can't be done. Architecture of a perfect weapon, psychological, son. I shattered gunshots in the cathedral, but Kevlar protected potency. Corroded tips, exit wounds. Each word that would throw MCs a couple yards back to overthrow acknowledgement. Lyrical boxer crashing fire shots, a straight be arsonist. Keep the sickest duel, the master gun fu and the judo. Lyrics that will hurt, knowledge be advertised number uno. I'm the psychotic mind bending, a Geronimo Pratt. Ripping government spooks with a hand cannon at that.
Red, black, and green, test Maccabee. Don't let the lead clap you geeks. Black magic schemes, ask Maccabee. You whack faggots bleed. Sentences bashing ya. Alex Jones, a Jesuit coadjutor. Artificial clones are nemesis. Me and Matt Clapman, replicants. Blast at the president. We're two Mason grave robbers. With spray llamas and all you fake imposters. Just for hating on us. We'll break your conscience. Throw Michael Moore stakes in coffins. Anywhere you go, they got a camera. Not a lot of answers when 9/11 truth is propaganda.
Yet, most Americans have never heard of these subversive weapons. This most urgent task was a continuation of the earlier effort. The secondary purpose of the NSA was to monitor all communications and emissions from any and all electronic devices worldwide for the purpose of gathering intelligence, both human and alien, and to contain the secret of the alien presence. A multi-million-dollar secret fund was organized and kept by the military office of the White House. This fund was used to build over 75 deep underground facilities. Only a few were built for the president. Millions of dollars were used to build top-secret alien bases as well as top-secret dumb, deep underground military bases.
la bestialidad imperialista. Bestialidad que no tiene una frontera determinada ni pertenece a un país determinado. Bestias fueron las hordas hitleristas, como bestias son los norteamericanos hoy, porque es la naturaleza del imperialismo la que bestializa a los hombres, la que la convierte en fieras sedientas de sangre que están dispuestas a degollar, a asesinar, a destruir hasta la última imagen de un revolucionario y un partidario de un régimen que haya caído bajo su bota o que luche por su libertad.
The old ways are forgotten while the new ways fabricate. Forever staying in the timeline of culture we live by the day. Capitalized empires diffused imperialism. Ignorance of materials replaced knowledge and wisdom. Your Yankee cat made in China, made in Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, or any sweatshop making gear. Same shit in the US for computer and car parts. For the daily American dream that's far gone. We used to defend our freedom, now we take lives of resource. Translating freedom never existed, it's all three courts. No Democrat, one Republican, one government. Equals classism, mostly blinded by racial covenant. Colombian expedition, Gallatin souls the bullshit. Guess who's laughing at your ass with a ready full clip? Empire terror we live in. Take our anger to the next individual that can't understand when you try to politic. The old ways are dead, revolution, a fight for freedom. Replaced by dancing and emotional domestic proceedings. No one wants freedom, they want that. PlayStation 3, Range Rover, and the baddest bitch with that augmented disease. Stupid fucks my law culture to get bought by the rich. Makes me laugh, only gangsters who really play is the bitch. Encoded messages from TV to radio. Attack the youth of what they try to listen to. We try to play a show. If you ain't smart enough to know your culture, use a zombie. Dead, wicked, no nerve to sacrifice for your family. Fuck y'all.
This is when the British went into India and seized control of the country from the Indians. Another good example is when Columbus sailed to North America. The Europeans sent men over and took land from the Native Americans. They also brought over many dangerous diseases. In Africa, where imperialism took place, Europeans never hesitated to lie to Africans so they could take some land for themselves.
Well, that's a pretty frightening admission on the part of a war hawk to say that we didn't go to war to fight WMD. We didn't go to war because of Saddam being a bad guy. We went there because we wanted a country we could use as a base in a very imperial way.
It is to a certain extent. I'm not going to debate that, but zero terrorist attacks in the country for 5 years.
Zero. We're war hawks that use your poor slump for floor mops. I'm a warlock, ain't afraid to break bones of fake clones like Rorschach. The gods are watchmen, put your frauds in coffins. You don't want Mac the Rebel clapping metal cats. Guerrilla life faggot, better tap the treble back. It's Heaven's assassin, stop with the rapping. Mac calls me Dr. Manhattan, plus he's clapping lead. He'll send sleepyheads back to bed. Wake up, that snake sucks. Get ate up just for one mistake, son. I'm above you chameleons. Fuck your stupid lyrics. How you hate now when you used to feel it? Just disappear, homie, since the crew is fearless.
The Council on Foreign Relations has been the foremost plank of America's foreign policy establishment for more than half a century. The Council on Foreign Relations is a private organization of business executives, scholars, and political leaders that studies global problems and plays a key role in developing United States foreign policy. The CFR is one of the most powerful semi-official groups concerned with America's role in international affairs. It is controlled by an elect group of men recruited from the Skull and Bones and the Scroll and Key societies of Harvard and Yale, which are both chapters of a secret branch of the Illuminati known as Chapter 322 of the Order. The Council on Foreign Relations is an offshoot sister organization to the British Royal Institute of International Affairs. Their goal is a new world order.
Yeah. Guerrilla Alliance, Macabean, Solomon Childs. Yo! Vega X is young Brando. PXR's my one camp, yo. Style is genius. They try and deceive us. That's why we fight genocidal elitists. Math and science. Rappers crying out Solomon Childs clapping iron. Since cats is violent down in Staten Island. Yo, punk soft with no fans. Save your love songs and slow jams. Phil K. Dick is flowing perfect. Exposing churches, showing serpents. My blade severs necks. Clinton, Bush, and whoever's next. Killer Bams is fucking fakes. Well, y'all sheep vote for fucking snakes in a puppet race.
My flow's equivalence to material made for Remington. Pepper shells and smoking rock so we produce the heaven sent. The lyrical mass murdering Maccabee Mercuryman that holds mics with music turning pop like Percocet. A robomantic depression with a shank in the dark and when postal at the sight of any stupidity you wanna start. It's that where masters go for when rapid to gun wordplay. Shit hits the fan, I ripped it was Rotus and become Mac Blaze. The day hunter of Planet X as a verbal Kalishnikov. Survivor section 8 return to feed my peoples for all. My blood runs like sewer lines with grenades of pollution. I rip through capitalism for 6 million pieces through fusion. I reside next to evil, what can't sling the T-virus. Ripping zombies' heads with bounce around inside of this crisis. Guerrilla Alliance starting the burning season against treason. Concocting rhyme and the belief of real rhyming and reason.
I'm the highest author. My comrade Macabean will lace your grill with his fire starter. Stick to club tracks if your flow's simpler. This is guerrilla army revolution taking no prisoners. Y'all are fucking hater clowns. PXR blaze your face with tracer rounds. My flow's flawless. Run through your whole roster, no contest. My voice makes tracks melt, and I blow trees with 4th degree black belts. Heaven's assassin, the great spitter. Judah Maccabeus thinks I'm crazy for killing reptilian shapeshifters. Vega X is a Sicilian face splitter. I stay sicker, drop rhymes that taste bitter. My shit's fresher. You want Phil Dick or Nick Tesla? You want the Predator or Planet X's Emperor?
I go against militants with history of lyrical violence. Found enemies under the delegate that move in silence. Lewis for slugger to your juggler, moving flow smooth as butter. Ox piece replaced my pen, reproducing ink from the gutter. Someone should have shot Rudy, someone should have shot Reagan. Fuck it, kill all the generals and watch them pray to their savior. My bloodline tracks back to the days of warfare. Zero from X amount of audio, so get your healthcare. I lay plans, wage war, use tactical dispositions. Fighting weak and strong points, avoiding non-situations. Attack with fire and burn off intelligence. The hidden chapter of my saga was ripped from the Art of War manuscript. Judah Maccabee's strength, Phil K. Dick's intelligence. Combined with Solomon Child's tactics, leave your mental bit. So watch your don't piece, sucker, or else get your face smushed. While the rebels smash you with verbals that leave you so sick.
Broadway official, military gristle, cleats in the jungle, gorillas in the rumble, genocide huddle, loaded rifles in the hands of the landowners. Snake up, put the scam on them, put the scheme on it, put the beam on it. The valleys of Eli, Tommy Lee Jones roads is what we live in. My ancestors used to cut up faces for ice drilling. I want that tall bridges cook up. I'm right here, dog, you need to look up. So I could teach the street science. Kill 'em all, New York City's new alliance. With bulletproof coats from Far Rockaway niggas. Stick the enemy in his neck with scissors. It's dedicated to red hot pots. TV in the yard, you know what it is. It's built body hard.
Black sun. Just depending on who you read, if it's a source of illumination, the connections can multiply like rabbits. Yeah, the answer to your question is yes. The Nazis continued a kind of a quasi-independent existence, I believe, inside of the military and the industrial complex in this country, that they continued kind of an independent or quasi-independent existence inside of our space program. And I think that there is a certain amount of evidence.
We're gonna be dropped into France. We're gonna be doing one thing only, killing Nazis. Yes, sir! Members of the National Socialist Party conquered Europe through murder, torture, intimidation, and terror. And that's exactly what we're gonna do to them. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scouts, and I want my scouts.
Hey, yo. Battle is victorious, but the war is just constant. Dropped in France with 6 members of my unit was groggy. 5 minutes they yell, scared from the bullet from hell. 8 rounds in the M1, hearing ricochet and repel. The metal door was guard shield till 5 minutes were up. 20 caliber machine gun, ripped my man's head apart. My boy grabbed his Jesus piece and his BAR. My whole unit's getting white, my vision is getting dark. Storming with my Tommy gun, like Hamburger Hill. Bangalore blew a crater, taking Nazi POWs on the grill. Blowing Hitler's army away like the devil possessed me, sending 40 Christians to hell. The Stein guns getting testy. I made it into a bunker and found a Nazi weapons cache. Browsed around for intelligence. Soon I saw a paper lash, a manifest shipment. sit right behind enemy lines. In their perspective, British and Russian territories align, along with signature SS officials encoded. Wonder if we got our heads nearly blown off and corroded for a cover up that's too big for a grunt like me. A German translator caught their transmission about a new army. Soon I knew they were puppets. My CO told me to keep quiet. I wrote down in the journal what I saw and sent it as a letter. Days went by, got caught, soon sent to the stockade. We either soldiers in this war or those robots laid in plaster.
I shatter the souls of imposters. A Marine named William Michael Geraci the first fought in the Battle of Okinawa. Inglorious Basterds, the goriest rappers, exposing whack herbs that spit stories as actors. The ill tribe is free that packs guns. Nazi Germany controlled by the Vril Society and Black Sun. The team will blow you away cordially. Storm the beach in Normandy. They called it the axis of evil formerly. Now these faggot demons, New World Order's exploiting me. They funded Hitler, put him down when he executed their final solution. Guerrilla Alliance is a sign of revolution, so we flow more. Raiding Nazi secret weapons, the cause of the Cold War. Prepare for the veteran spitters. IBM CEO got a medal from Hitler. He couldn't have Blitzkrieg without American machines. That's why PXR will never fall for their pyramid schemes.
Hey, we been on surveillance during the time of Holocaust. The recipe of Zyklon purchased by scientists and Molotovs, cooked by Polish rebels. Do they know who's the devil? In the war room where I call society members and level, and soldiers ready to sell humanity for glorification. Former Nazi prison guards start to work for our nation. At the final solution becomes the first thing up in line. We sell the public patience to cover the real truth from the blind. We have a plan not to sacrifice innocent Jews in the land, but to cut reformation of humanity in the concentration camp. These liberals will learn to be conservative, even soldiers at war. 8mm tragedy replaced by visionary blood and gore. The mission's federal, and this is emergency in years. Soon we will manage the people to make our agency the new fear. In the Bible and scripture, the cryptic language that's given. In 2012, politicians slay my bastard Americans have risen.
There's no lines of defense when IBM provides technology on both sides of the fence. Tortured Americans, New World Order, this war's an experiment to help the Rothschilds create Zionism. Rothschild escape mine prison. I'm a psycho on the song, like my grandfather in Japan with the rifle in his palm. Fuck spying to follow turf. Hitler was trying to escape the hollow earth. He even believed Aryans were alien descendants that came from spacemen ships. His scientists made microchips and epidemics. We're truth writers. During World War II, all sides called UFOs fireballs or Foo Fighters, some of which were experimental Nazi ships. The Holocaust was a mass satanic sacrifice controlled by the Illuminati sick. The rest of the ships were alien agents that kept humans under surveillance.
Did we bring some of those people over here after the war and roll them into our military-industrial complex, just like we did their rocket scientists and their mind control experts? It's interesting to ruminate about.
Yeah, that with the Project Paperclip, I think.
Absolutely. And that was only one of several projects that were going on. In fact, it's been estimated that we probably brought over more than 100,000 Nazis in one way or another and rolled them in this country. But I want to be quick to point out, George, that we brought so many of them in here, and the people who were in charge of our giant corporations were quite comfortable with the National Socialist philosophy, stimulated a blending of both state and corporate power. And if you'll go look in the dictionary, you'll find that the dictionary definition of this blending
Assalamu alaikum.
Get your hand out of my pocket! Get your hand out of my pocket, nigga! Get your hands out of my pocket! Get your hand out!
Brother, please, hold. Calm down, please,
Yeah. I can still hear the shots. They took the breath above a Malcolm. Through drug slinging addicts and prostitution as the outcome. It bitch racism. So whatever scar remains open, I burn my words as a weapon. Yet if you lock them in storage, double barrel from the hitman, pay by the supremacy. A desolation of the people rebelling this tendency. A new COINTELPRO in rebirth from Illuminati, testing the God body spirit. Geronimo, the word is rocky, jagged edge. Yet the voiceless won't help to throw the mattress to stabilize the society. When my blurry vision turn graphic, our own police to protect and serve the people. Or pawns of the fascist right to make us feel as unequal. Tales of the Marsburg blast and shots with 1911s. Sniper and Martin Luther, we gotta fight for our peace and progression. Seems our right to defend and our right to make peace. Being silenced by keeping our one mark track to decrease. Against attraction by the acting from the powers that be. Secret society targets like when the Freemasons caught Marcus Garvey. Hypnotized and stripped from belief that we call freedom. So we know a lot but isn't freedom. Same thing inside of believing. My life's worth more than $1. The lives of our people worth more than what they represent for our deletion to be equal. A change is gonna come to justify the unlawful. Speaking with El Haj Malik El Shabazz, it goes in the ballroom. Word up.
Stranga the Great. I am the Black Power movement. An activist consumed with hatred for the government, so blame my music. I am the political dissolution of the 70s grooving through melodic confusion. For the social and economical abusing. Cause I am the veins through drug using. To alcoholic derelict speaking in speeches that reaches the masses through musical rhetoric. The Afro-centrical intelligent veteran heretic of America's heritage. The bloodshed for the oil's competitive with a negative additive. Lady Liberty dissected without a sedative. Let her live with proverbial medicine for the citizens that'll never get dividends, whose innocence lost. With a pagan white God on the cross. Deliver me the pilot and start a riot. With a pilot in the name of the Holocaust. My welfare is justified healthcare. Cause all I see around here is hell here. Assassinate the president with evidence while pushing a wheelchair. Cause the alphabets sending threats to the people. I watch Malcolm get sniped from a ballroom steeple. 5% illegal, but we negligent. 85% but so intelligent. And 10% short of irrelevant. I send words and puzzles that'll confuse the masses. I see life through Malcolm Little's glasses.
Yo, they playing the kid God that killed Malcolm. Tried to blame it on Islam, a vast African tragedy. Credo move will travel the galaxy. My squad is dropping the facts. They killed Martin, Malcolm, Robert, and Jack. An empire of snakes, conspired for days. Shots fired and sprayed, lying Zionist fakes. PXR's ripping it, dog. La ilaha illallah, illallah. It's Vega, Stranger, and Macabean. Knights Templar crushed by the forces of Saladin. Martin and Malcolm predicted recession. I'm ripping it, brethren. They jailed Dr. Malachi since his position threatened them. This land isn't inherited. My blood isn't American. What was Malcolm shot at the podium for? MLK, JFK, all fuel opium war.
That's how it motherfucking goes, know what I'm saying? Holmes.
Cocksucker. What? Yeah. PXR shit. Brat. Bitch. More things. Guerrilla life. Bitch. Yeah. Stranga the Great. Yo. Yeah. All you sleepyheads, go back to bed. Yeah, North Carolina, tucking y'all sleepyheads in bed, man. Fuck y'all. Try to fight our style, man. Y'all get fucked up. Word up. Yeah. Try to hop on the bandwagon, try to rap about some political shit. You know what I'm saying, Holmes? Get fucked up. Yeah.
Just so they
PXR.
know, PXR, GA's as far as it goes. We are where it ends, motherfucker. We don't try to step on our toes. Or we'll treat you like hoes. Coffee shop rebel faggots, get off the dick, no homo.
The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared to defend ourselves here in the United States and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary.
Excited.
Off the cuff, fuck it. Got me stuck here. Hot sands. Shit. Fuck is this, man?
Faulty intelligence put me in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm aiming at this so-called terrorist, this terrorist motherfucker right here, man. Fuck it. Yo. My name is Robert Alexander, I'm the boots on the ground. They got me fighting for your freedom and I'm funky out of bounds. In Basra, with very little body armor. And I wish the CEO would stop the fucking drama. Faulty intelligence put me here, and I wanna get home to enjoy my damn beer. Regime change is my mission. Road marching, I'm trying to tell the terrorists, hey yo, don't start it. Cause where I'm at, if you solve your loss, to roll with force is the state of cause. See him in my sights, I gotta hit him with the tracer. A terrorist eraser, I'm not a speed racer and I hate it. I'm sworn to kill, I'm sworn to defend the Constitution from the beginning to the end. Weapon is my friend, I'm the pawn of the plan. Man, I hope we don't go through this shit in Iran.
My message to Obama is 20,000 troops is not enough. Send 2 million to this country. Bring all the infidels. We will fight till our last drop of blood.
All locals are Muslims, and they are with us. They are standing with us in our jihad. It's their responsibility. They fight alongside us and help us even with money.
My name is Tariq Al-Hakim of the 4th Division. Chosen by Al-Qaeda to van Holy Land is my mission. Trained by United States, defected agents and such, armed with black market tanks. And a Kalashnikov, a trainer was named. Numero Elite 48, he laid intelligence on soldiers, Americans infiltrate. I never worked for Saddam, cause my family lives on this land. So as a soldier of Allah, I have the right to defend. We heard soldiers are planning to push right towards Iran. So we raided a platoon near the coast of Shala Arab. I was headed with tracer, blood leaked out my system. I shot back with the Quran in my hand, but I was missing. 50 caliber sniper bullet penetrated my rib cage. I don't understand why this madness continues, so it put me in the rage. The soldier stood over me, Alexander's his name. Something came over me, so his uniform, I pinned off the grenade.
Tracking, you got the square building, the rectangle building to the northwest.
There's the mosque, do not engage the mosque.
Right.
Okay, in front of the mosque, there's 3 vehicles oriented east-west. Do you see those?
Got a vehicle moving out.
One of the vehicles moving right now. You are clear to engage it.
Yo. Prepare for the era of Cobras. I'm Agent 48. I train terrorists and American soldiers. I'm a CIA operative. Selling opium, you ain't copping it, you ain't gotta live. JFK was whacked by Israeli mafia, kid. War for drugs, more like war for profit. The New World Order's locked it. Vengeance seeking demented demons. Move these troops around like chess pieces. Knowing all the tactics. Since the Illuminati's controlling all the factions. Science, the price of sheer violence. Prop up tyrants who only appear divided. We're even cloning them dudes. Subdue or get overthrown in a coup. Luciferian agents of Satan. Even Saddam was a Mason. I'm just a hitman working for the organization. Abductions and mutilations. Microchip implantation. End of days equation. I entered Area 51 and descended to the reptilian bases.
These KMT operations were hidden from the U.S. public for 20 or 30 years. It is only recently that Afghanistan has captured 80 to 90% of the world heroin market. In Vietnam, the U.S. began to displace the French by 1954. The U.S. exploited the Montagnard tribesmen as a source of opium and used the CIA's Air America to bring in guns and supplies in exchange for drugs, while large quantities of heroin appeared in the U.S. Addiction plagued GIs in Vietnam to the point of reducing their fighting capacity. And after the war, these men brought their drug problem home with them. Much of the drugs smuggled out on the CIA's Air America operation were smuggled inside the dead bodies of American GIs. Corrupt foreign leaders, as well as drug lords in the Golden Triangle, were actively courted. The Stuart Royal Commission that investigated the billion-dollar fraud functioned largely to cover up the nature and intent of the crime.
Yeah, Vega X, yo, government issue, yo, mark of the beast, graduated at 18, home of the slave trade, Muslim sons of my seeds, spread gradually like truth for light beams. Indulge in a high size, 85 to stay clean. Sunny Yaqub analyzed through the dreams and scheme to get ahead and watch some feds in the gene. Why in the jeans? Mathematics for the sheet. In a life of reform, in the winter they plant seeds. Hold my square, actually, I'm 7 naturally. They tried to rise above all the season after me. Microchip seed. What you believe is reduced to oblivion when them soldiers come on the scene. Mean on reality, I dump clips in between your thoughts and concepts and sway. You're thinking like Queen, religious of God, Buddha and Allah. Combined in one man, call me sun, moon, and stars. Knowledge to the born, practical to Mars. I move like Mercury, return them back to a thought. Part of the universe, a grand scheme. I travel far like dreams and light years above your diamonds in your cars. City of the gods is Mercury, play your part. This track's a dark board, a lot of Lord and the stars. I'm out of any shop, who really walk the walk of this talk that write this shit more English. What's the problem?
Men will break, I levitate 7 snakes in Tibetan caves where you're craving, escaping, bathing in serpents. Wake up under alien surgeons. Mac blaze, aiming and bursting. Your lyrics lame and worthless. Untrained to hurt kids, insane but perfect. Judge named your verdict. Thug slain and murdered. Drug brain is burned shit. Every verse he spits, the earth splits. My squad's dope, disobeying all popes. Knife slice, I write nice. 30 pieces, the Roman price of Christ's life. Divine children conquering. PXR, Mac Blaze, GA reconnaissance. Nixon, Reagan, Bush, the devil's victory. Vega X and Macabean, the rebels' epiphany. Alexander the Great, skeleton in the Vatican. Freemasons, Illuminati, GA, and eloquent shatter 'em. Intelligent patterns, kid, harvested the seed, leaving you lost in the mark of the beast.
The last ghetto syringe put his life to a cease. Demonized substance granted by the mark of the beast. Orchestrated genocide, this new order tells it never. Gentrification to the system, intrude in the shelter. Gun play against our brothers. You pray for a savior, some surrender to Lucifer, which evolutionized failure. But now we rise the war with the way of the gun is disturbing. Crucified with the rifle nailed to our ill-fated burden. God help me, failure of movement hunts me ungodly. Vision in my self-stand, bullet holes to my body. Feel doomsday approaching, full our alarms, pack up loud. Worldwide terrorism, humanity face technical wipeout. It's termination, but my determination will not allow with barcodes and microchips. Surgery with a knife quick. So as a living gorilla allied with heaven's assassin, gods must be crazy 3 times for spiritual protection. The dream of hip-hop gave birth to demons and scares. Now criminal tactics shake your memory, revere the high glare. Fuck the pigs, I'll make revolution come alive. Free Mamiya Abu and free GI 45.
And here's your money system coming in, mark of the beast. These people want to go now quickly on beyond animals to human beings. And I can prove this in any meeting. I've got a bag full of information.
This is an identity chip.
It's progressing into a people identification as spoken of in the Word of God. So we're living in the days when this prophecy is literally being fulfilled.
No, it's the right hand of the forehead that's been reserved.
Some people believe the mark of the beast is the keeping of Sunday in opposition to Saturday. That's not the point of the argument. It's to do with buying and selling.
This has total control of one's life, really. If you're not going to be in a position, and if you like, you're going to be singled out because you don't have this mark, if you will suffer the consequences. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? How are we going to escape this?
The whole thing starts, of course, the whole problem starts with these seals on the dollar here. If this is a spiritual problem, which it is, that's the eye of Lucifer or Satan, we must go back to that point and find the answer there. If the problem is spiritual, the answer is also spiritual.
I see your talents have gone beyond the mere physical level. Your skills are now at the point of spiritual insight. I have several questions. What is the highest technique you hope to achieve?
To have no technique.
Very good. What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent.
And why is that?
Because the word I does not exist.
So, continue.
A good fight should be like a small play, but played seriously. A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Not thinking, yet not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
Now, you must remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and he will break the enemy. The it that you refer to is a powerful weapon, easily misused by the martial artists who deserts his vows.
Hell around, swarm out the mouth as I'm speaking my cloud. Leaders of the true school, smacking crash on me, Boy Scouts. Let's connect phone calls and send vital signals to God. But not understanding the defense of the whole ground like Stalingrad. I'm like 2 Glocks propelled by rocket fuel, loaded darts with drug needles dipped in cyanide to rip you apart. With 2 pipe bombs replacing my raw lungs, so it's fatal. And hell and halogens and toxins that burn and creep to your nation. Since Bush became the product of environment, we rebel with substance on thin wood with steel right beside of them. Mac the deer hunter clicking meters between your corneas. Collision cough, magazine fire with shots of stormier. Sweet cheese rappers that self-glorifying the brain with they raps as much effort and sharing over Ukraine. Treating them like Sodom and Gomorrah as read in the Torah. Judah Maccabee trained so Planet X is the warrior with the robot tank fueled by whiskey to pump shells in your dome. Prophecy is real, so I'll let my Zippo burn scrolls of anything falsified without facts. Of daily laws of the hidden fortress that rip the face off of your mask. Serbian holy wars in the building within barricades. I punch banana shows, 2 police shows that sing the serenade of our own revolution mixed with sacrifice for solution. Of more empowerment to the people to stop this pollution. A veteran to the struggle, yet a glutton for punishment. Historian spitting a timeline on its production. Have you locked in the fortress where all losses is justice to the gritty materialists getting hype out of mustard. Post-traumatic America being led by a fascist. Tainted in history is the one feeding info like rations. Fuck these fake-powered junkies. Ask them how many lashes does it take to get off freedom as it soon burn to ashes.
The profits are greater. I roll with a deer hunter who keeps metal magnums in his pocket for haters. My Planet X predators dump your body off in a crater. Mark of the beast in your hand to your head. There's only one safe city in the land of the dead. Beneath their lips are their fangs. I came across the haunted forest where Salem witches were hanged. Hieroglyphics depict airships and spaceships. Another hooker murdered by Jack the Ripper, covered up by Masons. Sight of the Flying Dutchman's vessel is a bad omen. Columbus's crew reported strange lights above the vast ocean. The statues of Easter Island are mystical. Geronimo's skull used in the Order of Skull and Bones rituals. Egyptian black magic spells for resurrection. The ghosts of revolutionary militiamen outside Boston seek directions. Undiscovered sea serpents lurk beneath the surface. The ruins of Martian cities are deserted. Inside my head plays perfect music. Phil K. Dick believed he was an early Christian persecuted. My PXR team is righteous. I kissed a voodoo priestess, she's extremely psychic. My squad spits blessed. The Greek computer found in a shipwreck. Pyramid designs create a vortex of energy. One of 3 snipers has second thoughts before he shoots Kennedy. Trespassers in the Valley of Kings die consistently. Ancient conspirators burn Alexandria's library to hide history. Why?
After 1815, a policy of removing the indigenous population of reservations across the Mississippi River was pursued and delivered by the U.S. government with such success that by 1860, risking the great majority of the tribes have been relocated and some reinstated. Great ships, high-tech, high seas. I keep it hard to the core. The attempt to remove the Seminole from the lands of Florida resulted in a number of many wars. The tragic tale of the sinking of a passenger liner. The strange case of Lizzie Borden. A young woman is accused of murdering her whole family in 1892 New England, though it's not important. I cause distortion, swollen, kaboom, he's chosen. Ancient discoveries of Archimedes' use of solar power to defeat the Romans. Punk, the life of a prostitute can be brutal and short. A petty thief makes 9 escape attempts from a brutal penal colony, and on the 10th you get caught. Last exit out cold. Patrol officers find a body beside a road. Detectives investigate the death of a man found outside a bar in the South Coast. A thing was once thought by death. There's nothing left. The Lord cupped his hands with mud and blew into a man's nostrils breath. Damn Yankees Environmental Service, an axe lodged in a door for certain. The great fire was caused, but up first did go to curtains. Forced late night. His head was found in a tribe of men, but his body was never found.
The sky we presage, through clear signs and by fixed stars. Suddenly the age of change approaches, neither for its good, nor for its evil.
In this quatrain, do the phrases clear signs and fixed stars allude to the sun rising in line with the dark center of the galaxy, ushering in a sudden age of change? Are the Lost Book drawings envisioning a cosmic event that causes earthly havoc?
I was baptized by fire, born to chastise the liars. Nostradamus prophecy, lost cosmic being. Gothic demons stop the preaching when the prophet's speaking. My bars released from the Garden of Eden. Martian fleece disguised as stars gleaming. Babylon, Rome, it's all repeating. Betrayed by Mason imposters, the plagues are upon us. Apocalypse, the sun blocked by comets. Ominous floods and bombs, atomic eclipse. The populace all fall with God on their lips. Angels from heaven ascended, humans erased in a second. Astral project escaped the dimension. Satan came for his vengeance, but was slain with a method of divine light, banishing snakes and reptilians that hide in shadows. Hybrids died in the final battle. Fill the sky with shrapnel. Time for the rapture told by the higher masters. Revelations, Guerrilla Alliance beheaded Satan. Mankind's getting erased quick. Armageddon, better face it. Revelations, Guerrilla Alliance beheaded Satan. Mankind's getting erased quick. Armageddon, better face it.
I emerge from the pool of grime and release words of wisdom. Define revolutions, parallel the futuristic catechism. My war journal are thoughts of the 21st century and rip through the fabric in the circles of Freemasonry. Mac the Ripper poses rappers that represent irrelevance. Save whoever got sold out by any demon that the devil sent. Meditate within guerrilla warfare and each rhyme. But we trap mics with a gun, terrific fighters with a whack line. Give allowance to MCs with words that roam the globe. 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, they come to unfold. Planetary chaos embody the blockade against the force. From the war zone, stuff death, fight out of his pale horse. Former project roller, turn high superior organism. A true rebel with a gun and a doctrine of my verbalism. Help become emphasized within visions of the blind. Good shot through the cathedral, that's how I leave my sign. Blast a pound of flesh or body snatches. My medicine, they morph the paradigm to a Shiruk and smite the Nephilim. Now I warn on the ones that commercialize the unholy. Lusting for money, mascots of faggotry like Aleister Crowley. Fear and deception of truth are tools of psychology. My words rain fire on the plagiarize ideas of demonology. The duality of human and war spawn delegation. Guerrilla Alliance attacks on Armageddon and our nation.
Revelations, Guerrilla Alliance beheaded Satan. Mankind's getting erased quick. Armageddon, better face it. Revelations, Guerrilla Alliance beheaded Satan. Mankind's getting erased quick. Armageddon, better face it.
Hey yo, Planet X is racing through space and Armageddon's near. Coming to kill the human race in 2012's the year. I'm busting in the air, niggas screaming, running scared. Stumbling, fumbling food as the crowd clears. Around here, we used to breathe in the foul air. The sky's red, the rain burns when the clouds tear. The only way to escape is for me to meditate. In the astral planes, I move through space and levitate. In my dreams, I meet Sumerians and talk about the Anunnaki and what they mean to Nazi-Aryans, Illuminati. Could possibly be the aliens with human bodies controlling the fate of everyone. I got a question about the Holy Grail. What if it's really just a code that grants permission to open hell? Ain't nothing new about the world order, cause it's older than Revelationz, controlling every nation. Guerrilla Alliance, Shabazz The Disciple, Macabean, DX, Guerrilla Warfare, the lyrical walking grease gun, bleeding gunpowder, contracted professional hits on rapping that's coward. Sad enough, we as a people was divided by money. Hip-hop's one nation, our battle between a trend and a hungry. I write rhymes that before through the use of caffeine. A pastor that trigger mics with a Mars spread in my sleep. My guerrilla allied towards the powers that be. Spewing Agent Orange, why spewing toxin is green. Sound is dumbed down and slaved, then pop like a Luger. Cause there's too many Tobys in this game and not enough Cougars. Niggas rockin' for that chain. Chain wrapped around their neck, ain't on their wrist, ain't on their feet, and they expect the respect. A young punks today, the words were equal than intelligence. Blasphemous, spitting sadistic when they were pessimists. Step up or shut the fuck up, by the way, you're meeting fate. With a force of burning scars, damaging your barricade. Ass kissing the way, pain and distress. Never figured this game was like a snuff film. Fuck till you're dead. You're a fool if you try to rhyme and think
with no doubt. So they treat you like Vanessa Del Rio and get shot in the mouth. Strip the freedom of speech, comrade. Hear what I teach, like a mic, like a cigar, and peel off the corporate leech. Fucking MCs turned hypocrite, cause they couldn't do that. Guerrilla Alliance locked targets, decided who to shoot at. What?
Guerrilla Alliance is back. This time it's Shabazz. I'm tight with the math. The blast through the sky in a craft. MTV watered down trash. The sign of the past. After the hype from the stash, cats find to the track. I'm despising the whack. Inside my mind is a path. No surprise the fact. Corporate crumbs light in the rap. Science is fast. Revolution, evolution, never-ending pollution. Too sick, it's foolish. PXR's protecting the music. I'm an age blazer, naysayer. Set fire to the snake's lair. Independent labels just as fake as the majors. Fucking fold your recycled gimmicks. Sign a contract and sold your style with it. Ill with the methods, killing the sentence. 2009, Mac plays BX, build with the legend. Real with the session, here with the lesson. Omen spitters, Roman pillars. Clone mimics sold their souls for silver. Global warming, my voice on the beat. White CEOs all got rich exploiting the streets. Inside the hidden fortress, anxiety for notoriety's intricate. Corporate secret society syndicates. Illuminism influence is infinite. Pagan masons infiltrated the pyramid. Then these imitation rappers all became conspiracy theorists. My PXR affiliates give you an out-of-body experience. That's my whole army. Crucify these mind-controlled zombies. While these shapeshifter snakes are flowing fake, the great spitters brought back the golden age.
Nigga, look at our condition, look how it portrays. Majors dumb down the music to the fucking 3rd grade. The devils keep us ignorant, to use us as slaves. To get rich off our labor, fill the jails and the graves. Only on MTV cribs with their butlers and maids. In the hoods where we live, it's nothing but raids. Gang signs, K9s, niggas ducking from strays. Get cut off an entryway, rent gon' fucking get paid. Once hip-hop killed the spiritual, the physical decay. Blood suckers bleed to death like wolves licking the blade. And brainwash the fucking masses for the last decade. About the queen make they asses. Here come the crusade, back to flatline these faggots and dig on their graves. My body slam they fucking caskets, they industry slaves. On my back is 40 lashes, been hindered with plagues. Back risen from the ashes and kindled with rage.
The Masons are using the entertainment industry in particular to condition people to their way of thinking, either openly or subliminally. The methods they use vary, but the goal is the same, to impose their beliefs, their ideology and their objectives on you in such a way that you begin to think of them as your own. Evidence of their presence within popular entertainment is widespread. Masonic involvement in the industry is not a new thing. Hailed as one of history's great composers, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, a Freemason himself, composed a symphony, which was an open display of Freemasonry. The symphony is based on a story taken from Egyptian mythology of Isis and Osiris. The pagan rites of ancient Egyptian mythology form, through the Kabbalah, one of the fundamental aspects of Freemasonry.
But how real does it seem?
As real as any memory in your head.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
GA shit. I swallow your reality like lemon portals, producing at a fast rate. We castrate new rap puppets, forced to come like masturbate. They don't know my mind stays mad deep, ideas are indecent. I FedEx my brain and send text to a thought police precinct. Me and my fame ultimately allied to bring up brain of doomsday. Niggas would take it as a joke until they gave the gunplay. A genius's curses, a less intelligent man's dream. I detox the junkie's veins and have him see the unseen. Walking like a zombie soldier in a state of pitch blackness and shine like Riddick. When the four Rikers in action, 1984 is 26 with the extra dimensional bringing. With signs of calligraphy and sonic booms that I'm hearing. I put your red in the steady inside the land of metal jackets. Have you study with less firepower and more tactics? I got nothing to prove to these sheep, so let's make haste. They should know that superiority just means to upgrade. I got no means to be crucified or reburied in Ramallah, so I train the ones escaping death. Burn scriptures from Molotovs. With my car and Rook Da Rukus, tactically blast your king. Fuck the queen if we take the pawns, that's a whole new army. My plans to live in justice, fuck the given truth that's unheard. When Joko Ops and Mayan ruins get supernatural on earth. The riddle lines will meditate, will practice the scriptures of war. I have killed me before I lay down and die. Never more, snicker.
Guerrilla Alliance, Vega X, Macabean, dig for gold till it's shining. Alchemist, scientists, chemicals dividing. I'm in the Australian place and the posse still riding. Down under, crocodile lunge, the cyanide slumber, enemies reptilian hardcore. The nightmare portal, in Medina, Tampa Bay, Boston, immortal. Scorch you, down to oblivion, break it down with brethren, Taino and Sicilian. I'm back with my kid again. Crystallize the grind and hence the mind of a simple man. I never gave an A all time, fucking get caught up and take heat or get slaughtered. In the mortar, embedded in my semi-black waters. Chop up your winning and engage the mental torture.
Martian colonization. We told you before they planned it. They're terraforming planets. Global warming menace. We won't spare you mortals. Get thrown into the nightmare portal. Black hole rap flow throughout the astro cosmos. We drop dope flows, things you don't know. Your dome slow, clones choke. Max, start the reactor. Clap particle blasters. My bars are faster than stars and magic. Plus they cause disasters. Total recall. My vocals sweep y'all. Rhyme tight tones. One verse will send you to the fucking Twilight Zone.
So many years. So many fights. So much hate. I used to tell you that it was a matter of honor. That you struck me and vendetta must be observed. But that's a lie. I hate you because he chose you. That's all. All I've wanted for years is to kill you myself.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
This is anti-political and pro-socio-analytical. The views expressed by Stranga the Great is strictly individual. The rumor is the upper echelons rap biz is getting trapped with rituals for their residuals. This verse is gonna have assassination attempts on my life. They lied about Malcolm, they lied about Christ. For God's sake, who I gotta sacrifice for my religious rights? Our government's controlled by the skulls and the acolytes. The news corporation brainwashing and brain wasting. Their brains are hot wheel track and mine is a train station. My man's told me that the aliens made it with Asians. The Bible described UFOs on several occasions. The ancient pyramids were created by the Anunnaki. Hitler studied the occult which gave power to the Nazis. Eisenhower traded human beings for technology. Christianity's a modern form of idolatry.
Gainers don't mix now, stop the pollution. Asiatic techniques, the proper solution. Stress double meaning, it's your interpretation. Now nearly complacent with the state of this nation. Poems reach the sky, scream, hear the deacon cry. Ran by reptilians and beasts in skies. Mental midgets drawn in by reality TV. A boom bap carnivore salad won't feed me. Cease the politics, so beast it's obvious. Explore the underworld like marine biologists. Contest what perfect when your best is worthless. A bad decision like electric circus. Usually serious, but on a comedy tip. Raised in poverty shit, I mean I gotta have wit. Stirring up confusion in and out like it's double Dutch. Proud of my race, but never used it as a crush.
I put gobs of rhymes on mixtapes and fixed tapes. Y'all niggas scandalous, caught stealing like Watergate. Fuck that. If you hand me the mic, I put the crosshairs on you, making me assassin like broad daylight. Been known this night, digging in the crates for beats for what's better than hype. In the motherfucking dungeon, broke as fuck. If this track lets out, the bank account lights up. If I don't get a dime off this fucking song, I'm on loose for ransom. Make you think I'm dead wrong. Nigga, this ain't rap music, this fucking slap music. 2 fingers in your eye, like I was at Three Stooges. I'm old school like 2-foot cell phone. She blew me like a cyclone, calling it headphones. Oh, homeboy, don't be kissing the tooth long. You fucking cock smoker, that is second-hand strong.
Wasted your time, try to escape, I called the audible. He's boiling in water, decomposition was horrible. From the E, the second letter in death, third and die. Stop asking me why every punch packed 1,000 PSI. Dodge bullets, don't buy New World Order fulfillment. No matter which wire you pull from the plastic, the clock still ticks. No rescue retreat, retirement's redundant. Postulate poltergeist, departed with every pundit. From the lair of the abominable, lyrics are never comical. Spit lethal flopping out eyes, the same as the llama do. And lock down my fortress to enforce this methodology. And you get them bitches in tight jeans in line for gynecology. It makes less sense in a sale at Dollar General. Saline injected to his temple with a needle that wasn't sterile. Inoculate for quarantine, panic stricken for the peril.
The squad's the sickest, expose Dan Brown's false gimmicks. The lost mystics in the lost temple, this is lost symbol. Don't cross my PXR principles. Devilish mind control with wicked sigils. Why am I dope when you're whack? Why will Mac run up with a knife to give your throat a slash? You clown Mark, this is Iron Mike, first big gay out from South Park. So stay asleep, sleepyhead. We slay the beast, believe the rest. Teach guerrilla instincts in the school of assassins. Feathered serpents confusing the masses. Wrath of kings became Sodom and Gomorrah. They even got FEMA coffins for ya. We hold perfect weapons in the hidden fortress armory. Mark of the beast and Revelationz, this is prophecy.
I smash any style that tries to hide its impotence. We ripping this. The son of Matthias makes you think of this. Of human harvesting in the cells of underground stations. Full of reptilian hunters behind the mask covering faces. And the continuity of an apocalypse is steady approaching. My mind can't escape the tainted horror of bodies roasting in this hell on earth. I'm looking beyond what it's worth. Telling humanity to strap up, but they rather stop making birth. They rather go fag, rather become an abstinent character. Or being too damn kind, along with being deaf on the grind. They rather be soft and hold hands and sing, we are the world. When the truth is they hate your life, and they rather see you burn. Yeah, you rather joke, but welcome to this divine comedy. But what depopulation becomes an illuminated prophecy. Funny, ain't it? This is why I don't waste my time on the brainless. Attitude is too explosive, taking bombs on the track with the stainless. I chop away guerrilla tactics to make their pyramids templates. Ignite tons of C4 down the rabbit hole, annihilate their bases. Watch out the galactics influence on all type of bastards. To exercise guerrilla tactics, we're pulling down the swallow of rap.
Yo, eyes closed, looking through lids and seeing clear when it's night out. I'm staying inside when it's bright out. The difference is a figment of a bug imagination. Loving, hating, warring, patience, taking out what God's creating. Ain't no fuck debating. I'ma do this shit right here and now. Please, before I think you wanna die, it's me you fearing how. You thought that it was cool to pledge allegiance with your disrespect, and you can only fault yourself for me to slash your bitch's neck. I go beyond despicable. For me, this shit's a ritual. I wait about a week before I make your life a miserable. I'm calculating, cynical, the end state of me killing you. So notice that your rug is gone and see your kid is missing too. I try to go beyond the list of shit I probably didn't do. You suffer for some miles up in the trunk. I put your children through. The plan is what the villain drew. The mental is a fragile thing. I fuck around and damage yours, so boom and fucking bada bang. The mental is a fragile thing, so fuck around and try to swing. You say your kid's an angel, well the prick ain't even down with wing. Lone, what's up pimpin', you bastard?
mastered the levels of the pain to inflicting what you mastered. Haphazard web spun well like an arachnid. You play the fool not paying attention and then you captured a trapped kid. With your wig soon split off, I roam around with 3 eyes open, ain't bitch soft. I'm ready, got the weapon set for the Armageddon. Lower body got in this bitch, there ain't no resurrection, retard. See you got me charged, I'm set for life to die in this bitch. I got 3 cards, they all laces. I can change all places, I can shape shift in this bitch. Got 4 faces and 2 races. The Puerto Rican black cat, I can pick up power grenades where you sat at. Mean price, I hate teen life. Control the populace with some drugs and a mean knife. Slice face, won't fight my hate. I can give a fuck who cry in this bitch. And my mind straight, I'm dying.
The Empire of Eve.
Shamefully is a word that comes to mind, but that's not true in the case of their papers and the New York Times, Washington Post. But overall, the American journalism, I think, was cowed, has been cowed and intimidated by the massive flag sucking, this patriotic orgy that the White House keeps whipping up.